Hey everybody, Austin Irby here. I accidentally pressed the button again and was wanting to play that video over again. I don't know why, but it's technology. What can you do? That was my bad. I try to run all this, but it's kind of crazy sometimes. But anyway, welcome to Weekly Chats with Austin, episode number 13 of season number 2. I'm super excited to have two of my great friends on with me tonight. Mr. Jeffrey KRICK Jr. from Pennsylvania, and then all the way from Brazil, my great friend, Mr. DIOGO Light. And man, we're just going to have a lot of fun tonight. And I'm super excited to have them on. And I hope you guys are ready, because I see all the comments coming in. We have people watching from all over the world, all across the U.S., England, Canada. Lord, I don't know where else, but from everywhere. And so let's see a few of the comments and say hello to a few people, see what we have going on. All the way from England, we have Hannah Phillips. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Angel Henley, hello, how are you? Boy, comments are coming in quick. Let's see who else we have. Robbie Wisham, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Who else do we have going on? Oh, now look at here. Look who pops on the screen. Mr. Jacob Roman, my brother from California. Hope you're doing well today, man. Let's see who else we have. Miss Ann Revere says hi to Jacob as well. Everybody saw you when you popped on. So, hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I don't know if you guys can hear it through my streaming microphone, but it is pouring down outside, a lot of rain. So hopefully that we won't have any storms or anything to interfere with anything that's going on with the show tonight. But if we do, hey, we're still going to go anyway. Ain't nothing going to stop us. So that's just the best way to say it and to put it, I guess you can say. Before we go any further, I do want to pop something up on the screen here. It's going to cover me up for a few minutes, and then we'll come back. But this is something exciting that I'm honored to be a part of. There's another virtual competition that is going to be going on June the 12th through the 14th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's put on by the Buckeye Elvis Group out of Ohio. And they're great people, and they're just awesome people all around. And this contest is going to be very fair. It's going to be fun, and from what they've told me. So I'm excited to be able to be a part of it as one of the headliners. And the other 3 headliners that are performing, I have never met any of them in my entire life. But I look forward to getting to know them through this virtual competition. So you can, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a pay-per-view fee. So I think it's like $5 to watch this for all 3 days. I think it's like $5. But on the screen there, for more information, there's a website, Buckeye Elvis Group, I believe, or something like that, yahoo.com. And there's a phone number, so you can contact them and figure out how you can get involved and able to watch. And I know I will be performing twice on Sunday on June the 14th. So I do know that for sure this time. I know last time we talked about it, but I didn't know all the details. So I do know more this time. So I hope to see you on there watching me on Sunday and supporting the rest of the guys that's going to be competing. If I'm not mistaken, I know a few that's going to be, and I think Mr. Cliff Wright is going to be a competitor, and Brooke Wright, he's from Tennessee, and there's several more that I know that's going to be involved. So go and support those guys and come see me on there on Sunday as well. It'll be something you definitely don't want to miss. So before we bring our first guest on here, I do want to look at these comments one more time. I always like to take a look at the comments and make sure who else we have. My mother is watching. My mom is watching. Apparently, everybody's saying hi to my mom. So hi, Mom. Anyway, so man, we got people watching from all over Delaware. Man, they're watching from all over the world. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yes, no, I did not get a haircut. My hair has not been cut. I have a mullet like Billy Ray Cyrus, but I did shave. The beard, I don't know how many of you have noticed, but the beard is officially gone. Man, it was D's rubbing his face. I can see him. He's like, man, I still got my mine was down to here. I mean, I was getting close to Duck Dynasty looking, man. I had to get rid of it. So it was getting irritating. But anyway, I'm back to clean shave for now, but I have a shadow going on. My beard grows quickly. It's just that way, I guess. So anyway, what we're going to do really quick, we are going to do a quick, short, brief little commercial break, and I'm going to get my first guest prepared and get him on here. And as soon as the commercial break is over, we're going to pass it up to Pennsylvania to Jeffrey KRICK Jr. and get him on here and chat for a while. And both of the guys, if y'all seen the last few episodes, they're anxious to see what I'm going to ask them. As you can see, I'm always prepared and done my research. They're shaking their heads, so they're, what's going to happen is going to happen. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to take this commercial break, and we'll be right back with Weekly Chat with Austin and Jeffrey KRICK Jr., so don't go anywhere.
Your favorite band is coming to town, and you want to go with your friends. It would be great if you could all sit together and have a blast, right? But do you remember what happened the last time you all went out? You had to meet them all in different places just to hand over the tickets. And that whole part about collecting money became such a headache that you were running around for weeks with ice packs on your head. But going solo is no fun. Luckily, you don't have to if you start using Walletini today. Walletini is an awesome mobile app for buying tickets that makes it super easy to sit with your friends. You can buy tickets for a group, transfer some to others, and collect your money without getting a headache. Walletini stores tickets from all major ticketing providers on your phone, so you never have to worry about losing or forgetting your tickets at home. Download the app and search for upcoming events in your area. Then connect with Facebook and Twitter to share your events, or simply join the ones your friends are going to. Walletini shows you all the important details. You can search, buy, and transfer tickets all in one place. Now leave your ice packs at home, show up at the venue, scan your phone at the door, and enjoy the show together. Download Walletini today. Tickets in your pocket.
I love the music. It's like, bam, oh yeah, it's got a good groove. A lot of you are probably wondering what Walletini is. You're probably wondering. Well, the ticketing company that I work with, they're in partners with Walletini, and it's really cool. So since I'm kind of in with a ticketing company, I kind of told them, I would show a little of their stuff to kind of do some advertisement. So it's kind of good sponsorship, I guess you could say. But Walletini is something really cool, and you can look up shows and all that great stuff. So it's really neat, and I love the commercial there. It's so cool, the little dude running around with the ice pack. It's hilarious. But anyway, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead. I think he's ready, and we're gonna pass it on to Mr. Jeffrey KRICK Jr., and we're gonna get him on here. And let me make sure I have everything turned on so we can hear him. And away we go. Here we go, Jeffrey. What's up, my friend?
Hey, brother, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. The best we can under all this stuff going on.
Tell me about it. I know exactly what you mean, man. It's, what can we do?
I hear you.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody is saying hello on here. They're excited to see you on Weekly Chats with Austin. And I think they're ready to hear us chat for a little while.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
All right, man. Are you sure you're ready for this?
No.
Oh man. So let's go ahead and kick this off here. So my first question to you is, when did you realize that you wanted to become an Elvis tribute artist? Like when and how did that come about, I guess you could say?
Okay. I seen my father, of course, Jeff KRICK Sr. I grew up with that all my life.
Right.
And then out of the blue in 2000, I don't know, about 14, I'd say.
Right.
I started to really look around. I mean, I was a kid in high school, but I started to look around and I found these Elvis competitions per se.
Right.
So the first one that I seen was Ocean City, which was before in the Poconos, but it was the first year that they were coming there. So
right.
I talked to my parents and I just said, would you be willing to allow me to do this? I was just a kid. So, and they said, yeah, if you want to do it, we'll do it. So I said, all right. So really, once I got the taste of that, and like I said, I performed with my father on stage ever since I could talk, but to get around the other guys and to see the other fans, I don't know, something about it it's
like a total different atmosphere, right?
Yes, it just grabs you.
So going along that same storyline there. So exactly what age did you really start doing your tribute to Elvis, or just singing the music generally?
Professionally?
Either or.
I think I was 17 in that first competition. But when I was singing again since I could really talk, but I started to get into it when I was about 14 or 15. I just really, I don't know, something just flipped the switch.
Right.
And
it's just off to the races from there.
Yeah. You look up YouTube and see Elvis and some of the stuff he did and the way it just grabs you.
It's incredible, right?
He is one of a kind.
So pressing forward, you were talking about your dad, who's a great guy. I've got to meet him, and great Elvis tribute artist, and just an awesome. Your whole family is just awesome all around, man.
They are.
And so I guess you could say, I don't know officially when your dad actually started being an Elvis tribute artist. Was it while you were growing up, or was it after you had got older, or?
Professionally, I always say it. Professionally, my father started. He was in the Navy, but 1985, I would say, was his first public performance, and really started to take off. Yeah, so he's been doing it now. What was that, about 30 years or so professionally? So I mean, he's been doing it a while, and like I said, growing up and watching him, I said it live at a show right before all this broke out. To say if it wasn't for my father, I don't know if I would, because having that upbringing, it wasn't just Elvis, it was the oldies music, it was this, it was that. But Elvis was a big standard in the household.
Absolutely.
So I mean, to say that without him, would I be doing this? I don't know. But he was a real big influence. He still is,
Yeah.
I just seen him today earlier. We had a performance we did for the Elvis tribute artist page.
Right. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So as younger years, I guess is what you could say, if you were sitting out in the audience watching your dad and you went on stage, I mean, kind of what was going through your mind? I mean, what was that kind of like to I guess you could say, grew up seeing your dad do it, and then now you're following footsteps and doing it too?
Yes. As a kid, you're watching that, you see all these hundreds and thousands of people flock to these performances, and you're like, wow, that's just incredible. And now I have a little boy of my own, Jeffrey KRICK III.
Wow.
And it's just incredible. He's 2, almost 3, and he's mimicking me. And when my father sees him, of course, that's his grandson, obviously. He says it's just such it's scary almost how much he resembles me when I was that age. And he says it takes him back 20 years, So
wow,
it's crazy. It is scary when I look at my baby pictures and I look at him and I'm like, whoa.
Like, what is it? Like father, like son? Is that what this is?
That is it.
Oh man. And you never, I feel your son's probably going to be an Elvis tribute artist sometimes.
I would imagine.
Would you imagine?
That'd be awesome. Hey,
oh
can't have
man.
enough Elvis, man.
That's right. You can never. So I was doing some research, as I told you, and D. I was doing research, and I don't know how recent this is, or if it is recent, or if it's been a while. But I ran across something. I believe it was on your wife's page, and it was something you and your dad have an album out called Double Trouble. Is that true? Is that true?
That is
correct. Y'all are singing on the album together, doing duets of certain songs and singles. Now, how recent is that? Is that recent, or
that is maybe a month old, maybe.
Not too far. I didn't do too bad.
Right, no, you did good. That was good. I was worried there for a minute. I was like, oh boy. When we do the performances on Facebook together, we've always billed ourselves as Double Trouble. Just kind of ironic, of course, because Elvis did the movie, of course, the song Double Trouble, but we always just build ourselves like that, and we started to make merchandise with that on it. We have a CD. I think there's 10 songs on it, and in total, I think we do 5 duets together.
That's cool. I think I saw like Way Down was a duet on there.
Yeah.
That would be killer. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I wish I had it and I could play it. That'd be awesome. That would be great.
So all of you who are watching, you should definitely go pick up the CD Double Trouble of Jeffrey and his dad. I think it would be awesome. So how can people get those CDs for those that are watching?
You can write on Facebook. Just write to me, Jeff KRICK Jr. I'm right on Facebook. You can contact my father, Jeff KRICK. My wife, you can contact Ashley KRICK. That's my wife.
Put your Facebook there on the screen so they can see that.
Thank you. You know, I'm not shy. I'll give my telephone number, my email,
right?
whatever's needed.
Nothing to hide, right?
No, that's right.
So I was sitting here today and I was just kind of lounging back like this. And I started thinking, when did we officially meet? Now, was it in Ocean City at the Elvis Festival or was it prior to that? Because I believe I met no, let me rephrase that. I met your dad in Brunswick, Georgia. So maybe that's where I met you.
I believe I did the Ocean City one in 2014.
Okay.
March is typically the Brunswick, Georgia one.
Yes.
So that would have been 2015.
Right.
I was racking my brain because I thought you'd ask this. I think that is where me and you originally met.
Yes. It was in Brunswick 2015, if I'm correct. Okay.
I believe so.
Oh, that's what I thought. And the reason I asked that, because I'm kind of leading into my next question. In 2016, you got to experience the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Contest for the first time.
Yeah,
and I was in it. I was in it with you.
Yes.
And fortunate enough, it was my second time, but man, I still felt like it was my first.
Yeah.
It was scary. So with it, and people ask me this all the time because they know in 2014 that was my first time in the Ultimate, and they always ask me, kind of, how did I feel and what was the experience like and all that. So for you, with 2016 being your first time, I know we had this conversation at the Hard Rock during the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And back in 2016, I can't believe my brain can go that far back. But you know, you were nervous. You know, it was your first time. I was nervous with it being my second. But what was that feeling when you walked down that stage for the first time at the Ultimate in Memphis, man?
Let me back that up. Just
okay.
30 seconds before that.
Yeah.
Standing there, because, you know, they call you down separately. I think they bring like three of us down at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're standing there and you're listening to the other guys do their performance. I mean, everybody that's in it deserves to be there. I mean, it's pretty much, you know. So you're like, wow, he did great. Wow, he did awesome. He did even better. And then, you know what I mean when I say nerves.
Absolutely.
But I was scared. That was, as far as, obviously, and that's anybody that does this. As far as competitions goes, that's the biggest one you'll ever be in.
Absolutely.
I was very nervous and very scared all at the same time.
Right.
There is nothing I have yet to, as far as nervousness feels, I've yet to get that feeling as bad as I had it before hitting that stage.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And I personally, you know, and D can, you know, probably answer this when I get him on later, but the Ultimate, you're thinking about a lot of things in your brain when you're in it. You know,
everything.
You're thinking, man, you're in Memphis.
Yep.
You're on the biggest stage that you could possibly be on in Memphis during Elvis Week. Absolutely. And you're representing a man that'll never die. His legacy will live forever. And he's the greatest entertainer of all time. Now, how do you think, you know, the viewers that are watching, how do you think our hearts feel? I mean, it feels like it's going to fall out because you're really having to step it up more than you are in a show or anywhere else because, you know, you're there to represent him in Memphis, the best that you ever have. And you're thinking about all that in your brain. You're not really considering, and I know I never did, I'm not really sitting there thinking, okay, I got to go out there and I got to do what I need to do to win this thing. You know, I never thought that for 1 minute.
Right.
I thought I got to go out there and give that audience what it possibly could have been like them sitting there watching the actual thing, which I'll never be that. But to get as close to that as possible, you know, you're sitting there thinking about all that, you know?
Yeah.
And I know who was the judges when we were there in 2016? It was
I know it was a movie director. I think there was a movie director.
I think it was Sam Phillips' granddaughter.
Yep, she was there.
And I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but Elvis's painter.
Yeah.
Joe, I can't remember his last name, saved my life. But he was a judge.
Yes.
And man, just thinking that they're sitting up there. And then when you made the top 10, we got to sit down and actually talk to them.
That meeting was crazy. And it was all individual. That meeting was, I was in awe just of that, because you're meeting, like you said, Elvis's painter, Sam Phillips is granddaughter. I mean, the history in just those two people alone.
You really didn't know what to say or do.
I didn't. I just sat there and let them talk. And if they asked me something, it was like, yes, no.
Yes, no, yes. That's all we knew what to say.
Right.
Oh, man. But, man, and the cool thing is with it being your first time, you made the finals in the top 10. And I wish I could have got that video clip. But the cool thing is your name was called out first. And I think I was like third or fourth after you.
I couldn't believe it. Because, just to hear your name called, if for anything.
Yeah.
But when they're like, along the words of, we're going to call out the top 10, no particular order. We're just going to step forward. And I'm just standing there, wasn't expecting anything. I mean, you had a lot of big names in that.
Absolutely.
Just period. I mean, you were there. You're a big name. You had Doug Church, man.
Yeah.
You had, Ryan Pelton. I think D was there.
I believe so. I believe so.
Cody DNF. I mean,
it was Cody's first time too.
Yeah, you had all this, and like you said, for Jeffrey KRICK Jr., I almost fell over. I was like, what? I looked at the guy real fast. I mean, I stepped forward. And I looked at him. I was like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah.
I still can't really put it all into words, but I'd love to get back, especially now, because when we were there, or when I was there with you, it was at that theater.
Yeah. Now it's at the
complex. Now you could probably throw a baseball and hit Graceland from where the stage is. You know what I mean?
And if I'm correct, and I was fortunate enough to go back in 2018, and if I'm correct, what I was told, from where we stand on the complex to perform that, Graceland is just directly
right in front of you.
In front of you, really. Yeah.
I'd love to hear that.
So it's just the feeling now, performing it, doing the contest in the complex is completely different than what it was at the theater.
I believe it.
It's crazy. But it's something that every Elvis tribute artist wants to accomplish. Yeah. And all three of us that are on here tonight have accomplished it. And man, it's something that we'll never forget.
I'll say.
So I know the making the ultimate might be the answer to this next question, but maybe you can think of a couple. But what in your mind is probably your most memorable moment of being on stage, as in like something that's happened, or maybe somebody that was particular in the audience or something like that? What's your most memorable moment? And you can name a couple if you want.
All right. Well, like you said, the ultimate was number one. No, not number one, but the ultimate is definitely one. Several years ago, I mentioned my father, Jeff KRICK. He brought the Stamps Quartet in like 4 or 5 different times, and really the only original member now is Ed Enoch. And I mean, I think I was like 8, 9, 10 to get the chance to meet Ed. I even got up and sang a song or two with him. My father did the whole show with them. To have that, I mean, Ed Enoch was right there with Elvis from early 1972, 71, 72, right, all the way to the end. And I mean, you see all those video clips of the Stamps Quartet, the Sweet Inspirations, Elvis backstage after the show, singing all those gospel songs together, doing this, doing that. You want to talk about a guy that had history and could tell you something?
Absolutely.
He was one. Trying to think. The ultimate, man, the Stamps Quartet was definitely number one. In 2015, I think it was, my father and I had the chance to perform in front of Joe Esposito.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And unfortunately, though, his health was up and down throughout the later part of these years. God rest his soul now, but he was there and he got the chance. I think I shook his hand. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, it's horrible. I can't even remember, but we definitely talked.
Wow.
It was him, Joe Esposito, and meeting the Stamps, especially Ed Enoch, definitely 1 and 2.
Right. That's awesome. That's incredible.
I'd always wanted to meet Ronnie Tutt.
Yeah.
And that, obviously I never did, but I might still. I mean, it'd be cool.
Never know.
That would be awesome. I always was in love with him for some reason. His hair, that beard.
He's an incredible drummer, though, man. The best in the world.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to ask all the viewers that if you have any questions at all for Jeffrey, comment them in the comment section below. Now, if they're too personal, he might not want to answer. I'm just saying. But you can comment those questions, and I'll get them to him in a few seconds. But while they're commenting their questions, we talked about this a while ago when we kind of did a little test run to make sure everything was going to work. Tell us about that puzzle behind you. Tell the people about that puzzle, man.
Of course, I think it's like there's at least 500-piece puzzle. Of course, of the man, the one and only Elvis Presley. But each individual piece is a different picture of Elvis, and they actually have like 2 or 3 of them. But I mean, they're like humongous. They have one, especially like the Aloha from Hawaii down in Graceland.
Right.
I've seen it. I mean, those are humongous. Those are like life size. But I told Austin, I said, I bought it like that. I'd be throwing that. There'd be no way I would be doing all that. I have patience, but not that much.
Right. I believe your father is watching this, if I am correct. And he says, well done, guys. Thank you, Austin. He is watching. I hope you're doing well, my friend. All right. We got some questions coming in for you, man. Let's see what our first one is here. And you'll be able to see them here on the screen.
Okay.
All right. This is from Bonita. And Bonita, hi. I hope you're doing well. What is your favorite song to perform and why? That's a hard question.
A lot of people always ask. And that's
the number one question.
To perform and why? What is my favorite song? I'll give you 2 answers. I love If I Can Dream. Still speaks so true to today. And I'm not here to be political or nothing, but if anybody's watched the news in the last couple of days, you've all know what I'm talking about. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Those words, you figure he sang that song back in 1968.
Still rings true today, if not more.
Yes, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
We all need to come together as one. But get it. Of all songs, when you have a big crowd, Suspicious Minds or Polk Salad, you start to move and the girls start screaming. Yeah. And it just takes me back to typing on YouTube, seeing Elvis in 1970 in Las Vegas, doing Suspicious Minds. And of course, you turn it up, you hear the women screaming. I don't know.
It's hard.
It is hard. I don't know. My favorite ballad, probably Hurt. And I will say it to you just like I say it when I perform it live. Elvis recorded that in the later part of 1976. He didn't really even have a full year to really perfect that song.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have been in a lot better health and everything would have been different circumstances, I don't think there would have been a tribute artist to ever come close to what it would have been. And I mean, Elvis did a fantastic job on it, period. So for any of us, Steve, and when you try to hit those, I mean, I think about it and I'm like, man. But Hurt is one of my all-time favorites. There's so many good songs out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we got several more questions, and I know we're not going to be able to get to them all, but I'm going to skim through them here and kind of pick out some easy ones for you.
There you go. Yeah. Nice.
All right, this is from Penny, all the way from Canada. She's a viewer. She has never missed one of my episodes. So thank you so much for being on today, Penny. What is your favorite? Where is your favorite place to play, or what?
Well, I've only ever played it one time. I'll give you a couple answers just because that's just how we'll do it.
That's right.
My father and I, forget what year, 2014. It might have been that, 15, 13. We got the chance to perform out in Las Vegas. And when I think Las Vegas, I think Elvis Presley. It wasn't exactly right on the strip, but I mean, maybe 10 minutes away. But we were still in Vegas. They brought us out. We flew out there. So Las Vegas for sure. And then I just did a show, I think it was 2 years ago now, at the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater up here in my neck of the woods, Pennsylvania.
Right.
It holds about 300 and so. And I was real nervous when they first brought us in because, you know, it's a new place, a little bit of a new area. And the lady that brought us in told me that was the fastest sold-out show she ever put on at the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. And I think it literally within 2.5 months they sold every ticket, and I was stunned. I was hoping just to get half of the room filled.
Yeah.
But you know, we sold it out. I had the band behind me, so that was a very electrifying show.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah. So we're gonna try to get to a couple more. Okay. And I think this one's a real interesting question. This is from Tina Firestone. She said Elvis did a lot of gospel music, and I guess she's saying, what would be your favorite gospel song of his and why?
How Great Thou Art. I don't think when Elvis did a gospel song, it was done. And
right.
My father does the exact same thing. And you figure he recorded that twice in his career. He did a studio version, and of course, then came back out and did a concert version. And I mean, when he hangs on the note in the middle, hangs on the note at the end, and then says the heck with it and brings it back on and hangs on it again.
That's right.
Come on. Yeah. Elvis was one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we'll ever see another entertainer that had the looks, the sound, the charisma, anything like
Absolutely.
Elvis.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was so far ahead of his time to begin with.
Right.
You're talking the 70s. He had 3 TVs in his house in one room. You know,
Absolutely.
You see the TV room.
Absolutely.
So, very ahead of his time.
Man. So we're going to try to do 2 more here. And this one is from somebody that we know, both of us know, and we're very familiar with. And he's a great guy, Mr. Robbie Mason.
Hey.
Good lead guitar player for the Spinouts Tribute Band. So he asked, what suit do you want the most? That you don't have.
Well, first off, Robbie, great to see you, buddy, or great to have you comment.
Yeah.
For anybody that don't know, he's one of the most talented guitar players that I've ever met. And I mean, if you think Change of Habit, EAS, they all have the man, Robbie's right there. My favorite suit that I would love to get, it might come off a little wacky, but the Mad Tiger has always been my favorite jumpsuit.
It's a good one, though.
My father had it, and I fell in love with it since I was like 7.
Right.
And I don't have it yet. Been looking at it. Of course, with everything going on in the world right now, that's on the back burner, but I would definitely love to get that suit. That was always one of my favorites. There is my favorite.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take one more question from the viewers, and then I have one more for you to close it out. This is from Bobby Joe, and she said, what would you say to Elvis if you had the chance to meet him? I thought that was a great question, so that's why I brought it.
Hi, Bobby Joe. I'd probably pass out.
I would too.
I'd shake his hand and probably fall over. What would I say to him? There's so many different things. I have. Oh man, I don't know if I can narrow it down to one. That's the thing. What would I say to thank you for all the great music you've made. I'd probably ask for some pointers on a few things.
Right.
But to get the chance to meet him, I don't know if I'd say anything. I'd probably let him talk, and I'd soak it all in.
Just let him talk.
Yeah,
I'm with you with that, man.
I hear you. He was the man. So
He was, and always
still
will be,
is.
man.
That's it. Still is.
Always will be. It's incredible. So the last thing I'm going to ask you, and then we'll let you sign off. But and I've been doing this over my past couple of episodes, with everything going on in the world today. But this is kind of two questions in one. What type of words of encouragement or motivation could you give the people in the world general with what's going on? And not only that, but for the Elvis tribute artist that's younger than you and I are, we're both, in our 20s,
right?
Younger than we are, that are used to, performing almost every weekend or when they're not in school, and, having to stay home and not being able to do something they love. I mean, what kind of motivation could you give the people and to the younger generation?
I'll answer the younger generation one first.
Okay.
I'll say a line that my dad always said to me. That's keep your chin up. No matter how bad things get, we are going to bounce back. That's just how we've always been. America, right. We're number one, baby. And I really do mean that. As far as your other question, as far as words of encouragement for the whole country, I believe the whole world in general, and I do mean that globally. We need to go back to what it used to be. The good Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than having faith.
That's right.
Especially now. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to get into it, but you turn the news on and you've seen what happened in Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah. We need to unite as one. They have taken God out of a lot of things in life, and that's hard.
Amen to that, brother.
When you look at it, I mean, when they closed this down, they closed churches. That's taken our trying to find the right wording.
Right. I understand.
If he's not number one, I don't know what else to tell you. It takes more to believe, Austin, that there's not a heaven and a hell than to believe there. If you don't believe in heaven or hell or God,
yeah, I know, man.
I don't want to make anybody mad. I'm not here to preach to anybody.
I can tell you this. Everybody that's watching this is agreeing with you 100%. So I will tell you this. I can see the comments on my end.
Good. Well, like I said, we got to get back to keeping him number one.
Absolutely.
I find myself praying a lot.
That's right.
Even before a show, I'll pray, Lord, please bless my voice. Please let the people see a glimpse of it. I don't ask for the whole show, just a glimpse. If I can give them a glimpse of Elvis tonight or whenever the show is.
Job's done.
That's it.
Well, job done. Yeah.
Absolutely. We need to go back to that.
Absolutely. And I'll be, you're kind of speaking on that note about that, I'll be truthful with you, man. Since I've been in this self-quarantine and not able to do anything, I mean, I've been praying a lot more than probably what I used to,
I hear you. And I hear you. So have I. And not to go on to a different topic, it's still the same, but when I was in high school, I think it was in my senior year, they gave us the option to not stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
That really irked me.
It's ridiculous.
And I had kids who were friends of mine, and they would sit down and not do it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. Like, come on. We're so far away from the good Lord. We need to go back to it.
Absolutely.
I really do.
I agree with you, my friend, 100%. Absolutely. And I think everybody watching this right now, they're all saying, amen, preach it, Jeffrey. So they're agreeing with you, man. They're agreeing with you. And they're saying, pray for those who don't believe. Amen to that. I agree.
I hear you.
But, man, let me tell you something. It has been a pleasure having
Absolutely.
you on here, man. It's been fun. And it's been, gosh, probably since we did that show in Greencastle, right?
Yeah, we got it.
Since we saw one another.
I'll tell you.
We need to do something for sure.
Yeah, whenever we're allowed to do something again, you know, we definitely got to do something.
Absolutely. Well, guys, look, don't forget. I'm going to put it on the screen one more time. Don't forget to go friend Jeffrey on Facebook. It's Jeff KRICK Jr. right there. Go and friend him on Facebook. Support him. He's a great guy and an awesome Elvis tribute artist. Great voice, great person all around. And, man, I thank you so much for being on here with me tonight. And we'll definitely have you back on again sometime in the future.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I'm honored. Thank you for
all right, man. Have a good night. Y'all stay safe, and we'll chat soon.
You got it. God bless you, brother.
All right, man. Adios. You too.
Thank you.
Jeffrey KRICK Jr., ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Great guy. Great Elvis tribute artist. Just a great person all around. And poor DIOGO Light has been sitting there, and I guess you can call it the green room back there. He's been waiting patiently, but he's been watching. I think he's been enjoying the little chat we've been having here. I don't think he fell asleep, but he's still with us. But anyway, what we're going to do, and we're going to take about a 30-second. And when I say 30-second, I mean 30-second on the dot. Commercial break. Get D ready. Going to get him on here, and I got my papers ready for him. So we'll see what's going to happen. So we're going to chat with D and go on from there, and we'll see what happens. So don't change that channel, as I always say, which we're not really on television, but still on Facebook, you can change the channel. But we'll be right back with Weekly Chat with Austin, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a second. And we're back. I told you that was a quick little 30-second commercial break. Didn't last very long, but was that not beautiful? Beautiful there of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, man. They've been shut down for quite some time, but I think they're opening back up, and things seem to be getting somewhat better. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Mr. D-Light on here. Are y'all ready for D-Light? You got to put some hearts on the screen for him. You know, we're going to get him on here and let him chat for a little while. So we are going to pass it all the way. I don't know how far that is. D can probably tell me, but all the way to Brazil. That's quite a long way from here. So we're going to pass it on to Brazil and get Mr. D-Light on here. So away we go with bringing D on. D, are you with us?
I'm with you.
How you doing? I can't see you. I have a black screen.
You cannot see me? I'm here.
I cannot. All I see is a black screen. You've disappeared from me.
I'm here. I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Can you see me now?
Not now. I saw something, but then you went back away.
Oh my gosh. I can see you and I can see myself. So
everybody can hear you. Only we can't see you. That's what's crazy. Crazy technology.
Should I rejoin you? Should I try it again?
Try it again and let's see what happens. Let's just try it one more time. Okay. All right. He's going to try to rejoin us and get back. It's technology, ladies and gentlemen. What can you do with it? It's crazy. What can you do? But while he is rejoining, I'm going to take some water because it's time for a water break with my Elvis mug here that I got. I think somebody bought it for me. It come with like hot chocolate or something. So it was really neat. Man, I think we have way over 100 watching. Okay, here he's back. Okay, are you with me?
Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you.
Nice.
Awesome. So
how's it going, man?
Good. Everything's going good. Besides, I'm ready just to get back to.
I know, such a strange times we're living through, but we're not. We have to be optimistic and hope for the best. And believe there's a God
Yeah,
taking care of us.
absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. So how are things in Brazil? Is it as bad as it is here in America, or?
Well, I'm pretty sure that Brazil is on the news, and the U.S. as well. You know, the situation is pretty bad, but Brazil is such a huge country, so the things are worse in the north and the northeast and the
Right.
southeast. I live deep in the south, so the situation is not as bad as it is in the north.
Right.
But here in the south, the problem is the unemployment because of the lockdowns.
Right.
You know, fortunately we don't have many cases, we don't have many deaths, but we have a lot of unemployed people. So that's our major concern. The economy is getting back through, but slowly, you know, and we're all very cautious about everything. So
right, man. You know, like you said, what can we do?
Excuse my English, because I'm only speaking in Portuguese down here, and it's not like a microchip that you just switch it and you start speaking in English out of a sudden. You know, it takes a while. So take it easy with me.
I got you, man. Oh, well, everybody it's tuning in is saying hello, and they miss you, man.
I miss everybody. I miss my Elvis family for sure, and I miss you too, man.
I miss you too, man. It's been a while.
I know.
So let's go ahead and kick into this. So my first question to every Elvis tribute artist that's on my show is, how did you get into Elvis, man? Give us the story.
Well, my father's a huge Elvis fan, so I started to listen to Elvis when I was I don't know, like 2 or 3 years old. You know, my father was always playing his records and his cassettes. Do you know what is a cassette? What a cassette is?
Yes, I do.
It's not,
I do.
It's not from your time, though.
I do know, though. I do. It's like that big, I think, right?
Yeah, it's like this, and he used to play those all the time, you know. And he used to tell me, well, this was the greatest entertainer of all times. This was the best singer and the best performer of all times.
Right.
And that's how I was raised, and that's all I listened.
This is all you listen to.
All I listened to. I wanted to. It was natural, you know. It wasn't forced.
Nothing wrong with that. That's right.
Yeah, I just wanted to listen more and more of Elvis.
Absolutely, man. So I did some research, which I already kind of knew this because we've talked about it, you know, quite a lot. But a lot of our viewers may not know. But not only are you an Elvis tribute artist, but you're a lawyer in Brazil.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So tell us how that came about.
Well, first I was an Elvis fan. You know, I always sang his songs and everything. I used to have a band back in my high school days, and I used to perform Elvis songs, Roy Orbison, and you know, oldies stuff. Mm-hmm. And of course, I went to law school and I graduated, and I started to perform as an Elvis tribute artist after I became a lawyer. So I graduated in 2004, and I started to be a tribute artist in 2006. So it always started as a hobby, you know, but the things grow up.
Right.
And yeah, but I'm a defensive attorney.
Wow, that's major.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I can
you can all of you
for sure.
All of you can watch, and you can get Dee to represent you. You know, I'll call you, man.
Yeah, my law firm, we defend doctors in malpractice cases.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
It's a very specific.
Specific.
Oh, yeah, it's very specific line.
That sounds high class. That sounds like
no, several problems for sure.
Several problems, man. That's awesome. So
thank you.
I've been trying to, like I was telling Jeffrey a while ago, I've been trying to rack my brain today on the first time that we actually met, and I believe, if I'm correct, it was 2015 at the Jeff Lewis and Friends Festival in Helen, Georgia, I believe.
I guess you're wrong. I guess in 2015, but it was in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, Myrtle Beach. Okay.
It was either Myrtle Beach or Brunswick, but I'm pretty sure you were in Myrtle Beach that year.
I was. So that was when we first met.
We first met in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in 2015.
Okay, cool. I told you, my brain, sometimes I don't want to go back, you know.
It's all right.
Man, that has been quite some time. And for those of you who are watching this, when we first met, I mean, it was just kind of like an instant click. I mean, we became instant friends instantly.
We became friends, and I love your mom. I miss your mom. Hello, Mom.
She's watching. She's watching.
I know she's watching, and I love your family, and you're such a nice guy, a family guy. So as soon as you asked me to do this, I said yes, hands down.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So not only have we been, you know, friends for a long time, man, we did a lot of, you know, kind of shows together with headlining festivals and all that stuff. And man, it's been great. Yes. We're both been a part of the Jeff Lewis and Friends Festival in Helen, Georgia, and Oklahoma for, you know, quite some time. And I think everybody, for the viewers that are watching this, if they have never been to a Jeff Lewis and Friends Festival, they definitely need to go. Am I right?
It is a blast, man. It is a blast. You know, my first time there was in 2013. I guess he started in 2012.
Right.
I wasn't in the circuit before that because I first came to perform in the U.S. in 2013. Gotcha. So that's when I first came to the Jeff's Festival, and ever since it's been a blast. And if you guys haven't been there, you should come for sure. Absolutely.
So I'm just kind of curious about this next question, and you might not really have an explanation for it, but you might. So, you know, everybody knows,
especially in English. Maybe I won't have an explanation for that.
Yeah, if you start speaking in Portuguese, I might not know.
No.
But, so everybody knows that you're from Brazil.
Right.
So is there a difference with performing your Elvis tribute act in Brazil than in America? Is there a difference, or is it about the same, or?
There's little differences for sure. You know, one of the things is the language for sure. You know, right. Since the majority of the crowd is in Brazil, they don't understand the lyrics. You know, they know the songs, they know the music, but they don't understand the lyrics.
Right.
So when Elvis gives you a grin or something, you know, he plays around and fools around with the lyrics and flirt with the audience and
that's right,
and everything. It kind of doesn't work quite well in Brazil, you know,
right?
Because they're not really into the lyrics.
Gotcha.
So I would say that's the major difference. But you know, I cannot complain. You know, the Brazilian crowds are amazing. They're great supporters, and I cannot complain. But it's different for sure.
Gotcha. So in 2017, which I know you've won numerous awards, but in 2017, I guess you could say was something kind of major and big. And I was actually there when it happened. I was in the finals, and I was there on stage with you when this happened. But you won the Images of the King World Championship in Memphis, Tennessee in 2017. So my question to you is kind of what was going through your mind, you know, as you were going through the competition, and then when they announced you as the winner? I mean, kind of what's going through your mind with all that?
You know, competitions, it's a chapter by itself, you know, in our careers. I'm pretty sure you agree with me. Mm-hmm. And you go through a lot of emotions for sure. And it's a kind of a movie. You're not actually thinking that this is real life or something, you know, and you only realize what you achieved after a while, you know. So I really love to perform. I really enjoy to pay my tribute to Elvis. And, you know, for me as a Brazilian, you know, starting to compete in those places, it was a way to put my name out there and to be more well known by the different crowds and everything. So, you know, the title itself never meant too much to me, you know, but what I mean is that what really meant to me, it was to be well known by the other people, you know, the other crowds, and to be appreciated, you know.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, man, like the conversation Jeffrey and I was having a while ago regarding the Ultimate, which, man, you've been in it numerous times. You've placed in the Ultimate numerous times. And man, it's, you know, being in Memphis and just performing in Memphis in general, whether you're doing a show or you're in a competition, man, the feeling is just incredible.
It's so emotional. It's so emotional because It was his hometown. He was born in Tupelo, but he lived majority of his life in Memphis, Tennessee. So it's his backyard. So
Absolutely.
it's really special.
Absolutely. So not speaking of Tupelo, you actually won the Tupelo Elvis Festival as well. Now,
Right.
what year was that?
That was in 2015.
2015. Now,
Yeah.
I've been to Tupelo numerous of times, as a fan, just going to the festival as a fan, not competing. But last year was my first time actually going as a competitor. And man, Tupelo, when you go to Tupelo and you compete in that contest, and to me, I feel like you're treated like gold. And once you're there, you're family for life, whether you win the contest or whether you don't win the contest.
That's for sure. They really embraces you. The Tupelo folks are simply amazing. We're working on the Tupelo Festival this year. It's going to be online, and we're already working on it. It's going to be in a few days. And, I love Tupelo, but most of all, I love the Tupelo people. They have this Southern hospitality, and they embraces you, and they treat you as family. And
Absolutely.
it's such a special place. I have many friends that I can call family members from there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, and for the viewers that are watching, I'm pretty sure they know this as well. But even as a fan, as the fans that come and buy the tickets to come to the festival, when you just drive into Tupelo and you get out of your vehicle, or even when you go to the birthplace, I mean, you just feel like this emotional type of feel that you're at home. You know what I mean? Especially for like the Elvis fans.
Right.
And I've always felt that.
And what is really, I think it's remarkable there is that everybody's really proud of their son.
Mm-hmm.
They really enjoy and they really love Elvis. You
Absolutely.
don't see anybody speaking like, oh yeah, Elvis people here again, like you see in some other places. They really appreciate what Elvis brought to their town and everything. So it's a special place for sure.
It really is. So before I ask any more questions, you're doing a benefit concert kind of really soon on Facebook, correct?
I've just done last Saturday.
Okay.
I figure out that a lot of people are really suffering from the lockdowns here in my hometown, in my state especially. So I thought, it would be nice to do a benefit show and try to raise some money and to be able to buy groceries and to try to help those people out.
Absolutely.
So I'm very fortunate. I'm very, very happy to say that we were really, really successful. And I gave my PayPal account to people, and I cannot thank enough to all those people that donate a lot of money. And finally, the funds are already available in my account, so I can buy groceries. And I made a big research, and I'm very glad to announce that we will be able to help over 220 families.
That is awesome.
So yeah, that's something. We have to do something good for our brothers. They're really struggling and they have less than us. So I think it's the least that I could do.
And man, I'll tell you what, you'll definitely be blessed back for doing that for sure. You really will. You really. That's something incredible.
Thank you.
When I saw that, I was like, man, that is something very special that those people will never forget that you done for them, man. They never will.
Yeah, that's. I think it's we have to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's people. If you have a brother that's suffering beside you, have to give them a hand or do at least something.
Right. Absolutely. So with this virus and everything going on, so when is your next show actually planned to be?
I don't know.
You have no clue. Okay.
That's a tough question, because it's a tough question. I have a lot of things booked and everything, but we don't know if I'll be able to travel or anything. But
because right now you're stuck there in Brazil as of now, right?
Right now I'm stuck there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, your policy just changed, and you're not accepting any Brazilians in the U.S. right now because of this situation.
I didn't do it. My hands are up. I didn't do it. Man,
But
I would welcome you here in my house anytime.
I know. But I don't blame your government, because the numbers are terrible, and
Right.
we want this to stop, not just
Yeah.
in the U.S. but in Brazil and every single country in the world. So whatever we can do to make this thing stop, we have to do it. Because
Absolutely.
unfortunately we're losing people. Maybe you don't know anybody that is facing this problem. Maybe I don't know, but we know there's several people dying from this,
Absolutely.
and this must stop as soon, so we can get back to a normal life as soon as we can. And it's our own responsibility to try to avoid this situation.
Right. Yeah.
So we have to do this.
Right. Man, it's crazy out there, but what can we do? We just have to take one day at a time and keep the faith and press forward.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here's the next question for you, and this is probably going to be very hard for you to answer. So here in America, when you come to America to perform, do you have a favorite place to perform, as in a state or a facility venue that you love to perform, or do you just love everywhere?
I won't be. I'm not trying to be political or anything like that, but like not just in the U.S. but in different countries, in Canada, in Europe, or wherever I go, there's always something special about every single little place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like we mentioned Tupelo, it's special because of the local people. Memphis is special because it's Elvis' hometown. Europe is special because they're so excited about Elvis. So every single place there's a special spice thing.
Right.
That makes the place unique. So I'm not being political, believe me. But I really enjoy to play everywhere.
Anywhere you get a chance.
Sure.
Yes. I get asked that question quite a bit. People ask, they want to know where your favorite place is to perform. And, I'm like you, my answer is kind of everywhere, because anywhere I can put my foot and stand and perform Elvis's music is my favorite place,
Right. And sometimes, you go to a place and the crowd is kind of, I don't know, sometimes they're not really excited, and you go back next year or a few months after and the crowd is different. So you have a whole different experience.
Absolutely.
So you cannot take that place and label it because of that previous experience that you have.
Right.
Give the different crowds a chance. So,
right. That's true.
Everywhere is really special. It's really special.
I tell people too sometimes, wherever I perform, like you said, there's just something about the place that just always puts a special place in your heart. It just always does. Like we said, like Tupelo and Memphis, but it's just something about everywhere that always does that. And some guys, they have a favorite place where they like to go all the time. And but I'm like you, man. Just everywhere. Just as long as I can sing Elvis's music, man, I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah,
and sometimes you connect with people in the different way, and they tell you about something about a special song or something that makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I asked Jeffrey this question a while ago, and I have it on your list to ask you as well, because I think this is a great question to ask a lot of the guys. But what is your most memorable moment as in your Elvis tribute artist career, whether it's a win at a contest or whether it's meeting somebody or something along that line? And you can name a few, because I'm pretty sure everybody has a few, but what's something that you'll never forget?
Again, that's a tough one. I'm very sensitive. I always face some emotional moments wherever I go. I can tell you about the most recent one. I was performing on a cruise last February, and out of a sudden I was about to sing "Just Pretend," and I just remembered when I was first heard that song, and it was introduced by my father again, and I was taking a ride with him on a Sunday morning, and he put out put on a cassette that we were talking about.
Right.
I know what I know you know what I'm talking about. He
Right.
put on a cassette, and before Just Pretend, he said, "You just listen to this. This is perfection. This was the greatest performer of all times, and this song, this recording is just perfection."
Absolutely.
And out of a sudden, I remembered that it was my father's birthday a few days before that performance, and unfortunately, I wasn't able. I weren't able to be with him on his birthday because I was in the U.S. performing. I was in Philadelphia, and out of a sudden, I started to cry in front of everybody, because I remember those days, and I remember my father, and I said, "Oh my gosh, what is going on here?" Maybe I won't be able to sing the song, and out of us, of course, I did a lousy job on that song because I was so emotional, So I just remember that moment. It was the most recent one,
Right. And that's that's something that you'll never forget, though, with your dad, for sure.
I know. It's you kind of feel naked when that happens. It happened a couple of times with me, more than a couple, on stage when you get really emotional and you're in front of everybody and, you're under the spotlight, and you can't help it. It just hits you.
Man. And, and when it hits you, man, you can't get rid of it. It just sticks with you.
I know. But that tells a lot. That tells the audience that we're real people, and we have feelings and everything. Yeah. So I really enjoy those moments too.
Right.
Thanks to Elvis once again. Otherwise, we wouldn't be leaving this.
No. So what we're going to do right now is I got something else I want to talk to you about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the viewers right now a chance to comment some questions that they would like to ask you. And like I said a while ago,
this is scary.
If you get too personal, D might not want to answer it. So I'm just telling you.
Or I'll answer it in Portuguese, maybe.
Yeah, do it where nobody understands. So, so while they're making their comments, man, I want to tell something that I'll never forget, like a memory of, I guess you could say, between you and I. When I was in the Ultimate in 2016, I was, they put us in those dressing rooms. There's like 8 of us in one room, and we all have everybody's in different rooms. Well, for those of you who are watching, I was sitting in there, and I was like the first one. Like when you walked in the room, I was right there, and I was so scared because it was my second time in the Ultimate, and my first time I was only 18 years old, so I was really unexperienced, I guess you could say. And 2016, I had more competitions I had been in to get more prepared. And I was scared. I mean, I was shaking all over. And I'll never forget, D comes walking in the room. I think he's got on like the chain suit. And D comes walking in, and he comes over and he puts his arms on me and he goes, "You're going to do incredible." And then he starts giving me a massage. Now, ladies, I want to let you know, D gives the best massages in the entire world. I just want to tell you that. I'm a witness.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
But man, D came over there and he just gave me some words of encouragement. Man, that's something I'll never forget about you and you doing that to me. And man, it really uplifted my spirits. And I kind of felt that nervousness. I mean, it didn't completely go away, but it kind of died down. And you're a true friend, and you always will be. And that's one thing I like about you, man. You're an honest, loving, caring person for everybody, man. And I really appreciate you doing that. I'll never forget it.
No, thank you. I think the same about you.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
Man, we got questions poured in like crazy. I'm just telling you. So we might be here for 5 hours. No, I'm just kidding.
No, pick the good ones. Pick the,
that's right.
Not the tough ones.
That's right. Let's see. Man, there's so many. Okay, I'm gonna do a question from Benita. You know who Benita is. Can you read it there on the screen?
Yes, I'm just reading it.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, Bonita. How you doing?
How many books have you read on Elvis?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, she's from Willis, Texas. How many books have you read on Elvis? What book would you recommend for reading? Oh my gosh, I did read so many different books about Elvis, and one book that I really love, I really like it. It's the King and Dr. Nick by Dr. Nick Nicopolis, who was Elvis's uh, 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 doctor. It's really interesting. It's interesting reading for sure. That came to my mind right now. But I have several ones. Several
Awesome.
different books. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, here's the next question. I think this would be it'd be kind of simple. This comes from Cassidy. If there was any place in the world you could perform that you have never been before, where would it be and why?
I would love to go to Africa.
Okay.
Because of the culture differences, and I'm pretty sure that they know who Elvis was, but that would be like a challenge.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Africa and perform for sure.
Awesome.
That just came to my mind.
Okay. All right. We have another question here. Let's see. From Karen. What is your favorite Elvis movie and why?
Oh my gosh,
Hard
that's
question.
another tough one. All his movies are special to me, but I really love Fun in Acapulco. I remember when I first watched it on television here in Brazil, and it's such a fun movie. It's beautiful places and everything. I like Fun in Acapulco,
Right.
but as Elvis as an actor, I really love King Creole for sure. I think it's his best acting for sure.
I agree with that.
I believe it's his best movie. But I really have a great feeling about Fun in Acapulco as well.
Right. Okay. This question is going to be. I want to hear this answer, but I'm ready for this. This is from Debbie with the BVDs.
Hello, Debbie.
She wants you to tell them how you met the BVDs.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is an X-rated answer. I first met.
We'll put it down to PG.
I'll tell you where I was.
Okay, where you were
when I first met the BVDs, and
okay.
We were all together in bed.
Okay. Wow.
In bed. Okay. Yeah. I was doing a cruise in 2013.
Okay.
So we were having a party on the penthouse suite in the cruise ship and everything. So the BVDs were there.
Right.
And it was several of the ETAs there, Dwight Eisenhower and some other guys too. And we ended up in bed and taking pictures and everything. And it was me. It was me and the three BVDs, hugging and everything, kissing and laying down in bed like this. So that's how I first met them. We were in bed, and my English, my English sucks nowadays, but it was even worse back in the day.
Right.
So I said, "Are we getting laid or something?" I didn't know how to say laying down. Are we laying down in bed? I didn't say that. I said, "Are we getting laid or something?" And they said, "Yes."
I could totally hear that happening, man.
I was so naive, Now I know the BVDs, but I'm just kidding. I love them to death.
Me too, man.
Them to
They're
death.
great. They're great people. Lovely.
Love your BVDs.
All right, next question here. Now, this is a good one. This is from John. What is your favorite food in the USA?
Wow. Favorite food in the USA. Wow. I really love burgers, but I really love barbecue in Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Yeah. I'm not getting any money from them, but I love Corky's. I love Corky's in Memphis.
Gotcha.
I'm popular. I really love Corky's. Yes, barbecue.
That's great. All right, let's see. We have their questions are pouring in. Let's see. I'm probably missing a few, but I'm going through these as fast as possible. Let's see. Makes me want to figure out which one to ask.
The easy ones, please.
All right. I think somebody is asking. This is from Bonnie. Did you learn your English from singing Elvis songs?
Yes, actually, here in Brazil, we have English lessons in school and high school, but it's pretty basic, you know.
Right.
And as I told you, I grew up listening to Elvis songs, and I always wanted to know what he was singing. You know, what was the meaning of the lyrics and everything. So I started to do little researches and everything. So Elvis was the trigger for sure, and his movies for sure.
Absolutely.
So we have the movies with subtitles on.
Right.
So later on, I would take the subtitles off and try to understand the different ways that you guys have to say the same things and everything. So Elvis was the trigger, and if it wasn't for Elvis, my English would be even worse.
Oh man. All right, we're going to try to do a couple more questions here. This is from Matt Clark, and he said, what is your favorite Elvis era?
Well, I love Elvis's entire career for sure. And Elvis was a totally different artist in the 50s and the 60s and in the 70s. He was such a unique guy, and he could reinvent himself from time to time. And I don't think any other artist could do that like Elvis did. I really love the concert years because I believe Elvis was a little more mature, and he was really aware what he was able to do on stage, and what he was able to do as a performer and as an artist. And I really appreciated concert years, but I would say that was that's my favorite era. But I love Elvis as an artist from day one till the end for sure.
Absolutely. All right, there's two more questions I'm gonna get to here. I think they're really good questions. But before I do, my mom made a comment, and she said, "Tell Delight I really need a massage."
Oh my gosh! Whenever I'm able to get back to the U.S., you got it, Tommy. You got it, Tommy.
All right. Here's one from Gloria. Do you sing anything other than Elvis?
Oh my gosh, yes. You know, well, I've been doing a few shows professionally, even doing different artists, but I really love Tom Jones. I love Engelbert Humperdinck. I love Julio Iglesias, and I love Andy Williams. I love several different singers, and whenever I have a chance, I love to perform those different songs as well.
Right.
I just did a recently I did a little clip. It's on my Facebook page of Hallelujah.
Man, it was amazing.
Leonard Cohen, and it's one of those songs that I really love. And I was hanging out here at my house and everything. I started to think I should record that. And it's one of those things that just happened, and fortunately, a lot of people enjoy it, and I'm really thankful for that.
The Hallelujah was just, man, it was incredible. I mean, I had chills when I watched the video, man. It was awesome.
So you watch it, nice.
I did. I keep up with you, man. I keep up with you.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna do the last question here, and this is from Peggy Wood. She's a great friend of mine, and she asked, what is your favorite outfit to wear when performing?
Oh, to wear. Well, I have my favorite outfits, but sometimes they're not my favorite outfits to wear. You know, some of them are really comfortable. I really love to wear the Black Phoenix suit. It suits me the best. It's one of my suits that I feel more comfortable with. But I really love the Concho suit as well. I love all his suits. You know,
it's hard to pick.
I'm a jumpsuit freak for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I will mention those two.
I want to show this comment to you because one of our great friends is watching this, and I don't believe he's seen you in quite some time. But Mr. Travis Powell is watching this.
Travis Powell, nice to see you, Travis.
He said to tell you hello. It was what he wanted me to tell you.
Thank you, Travis.
Oh man,
nice to hear. Well, it's been a while since I've seen Travis the last time, but I first met Travis here in Brazil.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay. The festival that was in, is it São Paulo?
That was in São Paulo in
Okay.
2014. That was
Okay.
the year that I didn't compete. So I was headlining with him and Bryson Katalinski
Yes.
from Canada,
Okay.
and they came here and we had a great time for sure. And I love Travis ever since.
Man, Travis is a great person. We had him on here last week, and boy, it was hilarious.
I bet.
There was not
guy.
a dull moment. Period. I'll tell you that right now.
I bet.
Man,
He's like, I miss you, Travis.
all right. So here's what we're gonna do. I got one more thing I want to ask you, and then one more thing after that. So that makes two. But the room you're sitting in, is that a replica of Elvis's TV room?
That's the thing. Of course, it's not an exact replica because it's much smaller. You know,
Gotcha.
it's a room that I have in my house, and I built up this house, and since I have several records and several things that I wanted to display, so I built up this room, and I love Elvis TV room, so I thought that would be great. So I can show you a little bit, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So I painted those walls myself.
Wow.
So it's kind of in scale. So you can see I have several records, and it's just a part of the things that I have. I have my soundboard, and this is the place where I practice and everything.
Right.
So this is my sacred place at my house. You know, whenever I close those doors, and you can see those Elvis doors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whenever I close those doors, it means don't come in.
You're not allowed in here.
Not allowed in here. So yeah.
Oh man. All right. Before I let you sign off, I got one more thing I want to ask you. And I asked, like I told Jeffrey a while ago, I've been kind of having all the guests that's been on here lately kind of answer this question in the best of their ability. But what type of words of encouragement or something motivational can you give the people in general that's going through all this right now? And not only that, but the younger generation of tribute artists that's younger than me, that's used to performing all the time, you know, that's unable to do that right now.
You know, nothing is permanent. Not even this situation is permanent. If history tells us something, is that everything changes, and we have to stay optimistic about all this, and we'll be looking at this on a mirror pretty soon.
Absolutely.
And I really hope that this changes for good. You know, we be better human beings after this. But I believe there's hope. I believe there's a sun that'll keep shining on us after all this, and this is gonna keep us even closer to each other.
Absolutely.
Know, as brothers, as human beings.
Absolutely.
So let's take this the best things from this, and take the bad things aside of us.
Absolutely. That is a good thing to say right there, my friend. Well,
Thank you, Austin.
It was fun to have you on here tonight, man. I've been missing you. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, I know. It was my pleasure for sure. I'd like to thank everybody who joined us tonight for sure, and Jeffrey KRICK as well.
Absolutely. Well, we'll definitely have you on here again. And for those of you who are watching, please go like D's page. It's right there on the screen. DIOGO D-Light International fan page. Go like it. Support this guy. He's incredible. I love him to death. And man, just go support him. But man, thank you so much for being on. We'll definitely have you back in the future. Take care, man. I hope to see you soon.
You too, man. I love it. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
D-Light, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Oh, man. Incredible guy all around. Incredible. He's just a great guy. All right, guys. Well, before we don't go anywhere, don't leave. Show's not over just yet. I told you guys that I had a surprise to show everybody tonight. Last week, I did a little live video, and I told everybody that I was working on something, a video project, and it was going to involve 9 other Elvis tribute artists, including myself, made number 10. And tonight, live right here on Weekly Chat with Austin, I am going to reveal that tease trailer to all of you right now. Are you ready? If you're ready, put some hearts and likes on the screen. Or if you're ready to see this trailer, are you ready? I'm ready. And here it is. Here is a trailer, tease trailer of my upcoming video project that we're doing really soon. And you're going to get to find out all 10 guys. Well, I'm number 10, but all the 9 other guys that's going to be involved in this video. Here you go. There you go. There's the tease trailer, and there's all the guys that is going to be involved in this video. I'm going to put the picture up. There you go. The video is called United We Stand. And man, it is going to be awesome. We're so excited about this video. And there's your 10 guys that's going to be involved. Mario, Jacob Roman, myself, David Lee, Mark Anthony, Timmy Hendry, Michael Culliford, Ted Torres, Michael Chambliss, and Cliff Wright. This video you don't want to miss. And as you saw in the trailer video, it is going to premiere live right here on the Austin Army Entertainer page on Facebook on June the 8th. Unless something drastically happens, that is when it is going to happen. And it is going to be incredible. It is going to be an awesome video. And it is just something I put my creative mind to, and something that I just wanted to do, because I feel right now Elvis Presley would be doing so much for all the people that's affected by this virus to uplift their spirits. So it's something that I have decided to put together with these 9 other guys, and to lift up everybody's spirits. So make sure you tell your friends, and this tease video will be posted on my Facebook page tomorrow. So share. That is what I need you to do, because we want so many people to tune in to see this, because it's going to be incredible. And I will tell you this, picking the other Elvis tribute artists to be a part, picking the Elvis tribute artists to be a part of this video was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It was so hard, because I have so many friends in this business, and it was so hard to pick who to be a part. And I did message several others, and they were unable to do it, or I never heard back from them, because we were going to have more than 10 was my original plan. But you know, they were either had something going on or was just unable to do it. So so these 10 was the 10 that agreed. So here's the ones that we have, and man, it's just going to be an awesome video. You just don't want to miss it, trust me. And that's all I can say about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So tomorrow I will be posting it on Facebook. So make sure when you see it, you share it like crazy. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. Just share it like crazy. So I'm going to go back right here really quick before we close out the show. Still don't go anywhere. If this is your first time watching Weekly Chat with Austin, I saw several folks. I got my phone over here too, because I watch comments on both just in case it lags. if this is your first time watching, like this page, Austin Irby Dash Entertainer. I don't know what I was trying to say. Entertainer, and get a reminder every time I go live on this page, whether it's Weekly Chat with Austin or something else in general. So make sure you do that. Also, go follow me on Instagram. I'd greatly appreciate that very much. There's what you need to go to, Austin Irby Entertainment, right there to follow me on Instagram. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, if you want more information on where my next show is going to be. Right now, we really don't know. We've had some more shows cancel in July and August right now. So it looks like my first show might be in September, but we're not sure. So just visit that website that's scrolling right there on the screen, AustinIrbyEntertainment.com. And to get more information on where I'm going to be, or if you don't know anything about me, go check that website out and you'll get to know some about me, AustinIrbyEntertainment.com. Also, for those of you who are watching new, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook right now, please subscribe to our Weekly Chat with Austin YouTube channel, and make sure you ring that bell to get notified every time we go live, or if there's an upcoming episode that is coming on within the next week or something like that. So make sure you go do that. I'd greatly appreciate it very, very much. Now, with that being said, next week's Weekly Chat with Austin is going to be, well, not next week. We're not doing it next week. Let me rephrase that. I want to put this here on the screen. I got a photo. Here's when the next Weekly Chat is going to be. Here you go. Right there on the screen. It is going to be June the 11th, which I believe is not next Thursday, but the next. We're going to take a week off from Weekly Chats because I have to get this a video ready for you guys that you just saw the tease trailer of. So next June the 11th, Thursday, June the 11th at 7:30 p.m. This is going to be a special edition. And here is why I'm calling it a special edition. As you can see on the screen, I have my great friend Dwight Bozeman, Callista Minton, Cassidy Chapman, and Donnie Mosley are all going to be on here with me. And here's why I'm calling it. I'm going to put it on at the bottom of the screen as well. Here's why I'm calling it a special edition. Here's what's going to happen. I was thinking the other day, I was saying, man, wouldn't it be cool to have some of my Austin Irby Entertainment cast and crew live on here with me all at one time and let all of you, the viewers, only you, not me, we're not going to be doing this, only you guys ask the questions on what you want to know. Dwight and I had this conversation a couple of days ago, and so many of you, when you're at our shows, you ask the question as an, gosh, how long does it take us to prepare for a show? How long does it take for us to rehearse? How many costume changes? You guys ask so many questions. It's so hard because the answers are so long. So we're going to answer all of that live right here because I already have some questions from previous questions that we have been asked in previous months before all this virus started. And we're going to be answering some of those, and we're going to let you, only you, the viewers, ask the questions besides some that I have. So I'm going to be posting this flyer on Facebook tomorrow and asking all of you to comment your question under it so I can go ahead and have them in advance. And maybe you might find out some interest. And the cool thing about it is all four of them are going to get asked me one question of something that they don't even know about me that they would like to know. So that's what's going to be really cool about it. So that is June the 11th. 7:30 p.m. Dwight Bozeman, Callista Minton, Cassie Chapman, Donnie Mosley, and myself, some of my cast and crew, and it's just going to be an awesome night. It's going to be incredible. So you got to make sure you're there to see it because it's just going to be, as I said, incredible. So I'm going to look at just a few more comments before we sign out. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Everybody is saying, let's see. Thank you, Carolyn. Fun show tonight. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And yes, Tupelo is next week, the virtual Tupelo Elvis Festival. You guys need to definitely see that for sure. Thank you so much, Penny. I greatly appreciate that very much. Yes, you have not missed an episode. I greatly appreciate it. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Robert. That was my mom. Wrong one. I clicked on the wrong one. Robert, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you, Mom, as you commented. Awesome. I appreciate that too. So thank you guys so much for everything. Big shout out to Jeffrey KRICK Jr. and Diogo Light for being my guest on here tonight. They're both just incredible Elvis tribute artists and incredible human beings all around. Go support both of them as I put their Facebook pages on here, and on YouTube they'll be in the description below. So make sure you do that. Also, like the Austin Derby Entertainer page, follow me on Instagram, go subscribe to Weekly Chat with Austin YouTube channel, and I've had fun tonight, and I hope you have too. Remember, we're going to be premiering our video, United We Stand, June the 8th, live right here on the Austin Derby Entertainer page. Don't miss that. And Weekly Chat with Austin will be back on June the 11th with a special edition with some of my cast and crew. And it's going to be awesome with you guys asking the questions. Until then, God bless you guys. Thank you all for joining. For all of you newcomers, with it being your first time, thank you so much for joining. And I hope to see you next time on the next Weekly Chat with episode on June the 11th. Until then, God bless you, and I will see you next time on Weekly Chat with Austin. Adios.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.